Hi, welcome to something new I'm starting. Something pretty interesting, I think, and something I'm excited for. What I'm going to do with this little project of mine is going to be called A Time to Chat, where we're just going to chat. We're going to be civilized people and chat about important things in modern day society. With that being said, we're going to dive into topics of racial inequality, the media bias on both sides of the political spectrum, Back the Blue, BLM. Obviously, we're not going to talk about any of that. Why? Because it's boring. It's just boring. We're going to talk about stuff that actually kind of matters. Cereal. It's pretty important. Now, you're probably wondering, why cereal? Like, that's such a weird thing to talk about. In reality, though, it's actually quite complex. Cereal is not hard to make, but it's easy to mess up. People sort of make cereals and just add a butt ton of sugar, and that's not cereal, that's just candy in a bowl. Today, we're going to chat about what I feel, and what I feel is probably pretty common that can make a great cereal. And we're going to chat about that and just see where companies mess up or where companies do great. Think about just talking about cereal and not some other food project like steak. You're probably, steak makes the most sense. There's different ways to cook it, but it's not as relatable as cereal. Not many people know or want to know how to make a good filet or whatever. So that's why we're not going to talk about it. Also, one more thing, just to wrap up the whole steak topic. If you're one of those people that, is a steak connoisseur and, you are saying, oh, you eat well done steak? What are you, stupid? That tastes like fucking wood chips. Please do us all a favor and just shut the fuck up. Respectfully. Alright, so enough slacking around. Let's get to the dirty, the good. Alright. I think what's important that we should talk about is what makes a good cereal and examples of a good cereal. And lucky for you, I have a good cereal on me right now. That being French Toast Crunch. You're probably unfamiliar with French Toast Crunch, but French Toast Crunch is from the Cinnamon Toast Crunch family. It's relatively healthy, only like 150 calories. It's not very, you don't eat cereal to be healthy, but it's delicious. That's all that matters. It's delicious. And that takes us to our first rule of a good cereal. It has to taste good. There's so many cereals out there that just don't taste like anything, and they expect that to be good. A good example of this is Wheaties. You get Wheaties because you want your favorite athlete, whoever that is, LeBron, James, Tom Brady. But in reality, Wheaties taste like garbage. It literally tastes like dog garbage and dog shit. On the other side of the spectrum, there's the cereals that think taste good because they add sugar. Anything that's like blank O's is just a sugary piece of dog shit. There's fucking Minecraft O's, Minion O's, Mandalorian O's. If you get a cereal like that, just burn it immediately because it has no flavor. It's just sugar. Taste has two sectors. There's taste on its own and there's taste with milk. Now you probably, eat cereal with milk. That's the standard way. But you can also eat cereal as a snack. I know so many of you, probably everybody has at one point in their life, probably elementary school, had the little Ziploc bag with Cheerios in it. It works. How good can your cereal be dry and how good can it be wet? A good example I have of this is Crave. Now, for all you don't know what Crave is a relatively newer cereal. It's a crispy shell outside with a smooth chocolate inside. Crave doesn't taste very good on its own, just dry. It doesn't taste very good. It tastes like chocolate with some schmegma on it. However, Crave tastes very good with milk. The milk makes the cereal a little soggy, which we'll get into that in a little bit. But the chocolate just explodes in your mouth, and it makes up for it, kind of. On the other hand, there's cereal that benefits for the milk. French Toast Crunch is an example of that. French Toast Crunch is always good, but it makes the milk taste even better. A cereal that I tried not too long ago was Honey O's. I never really had a honey cereal that wasn't Honey Nut Cheerios, So I wanted to give it a try. It's okay. But anyways, Honey O's make the milk taste so good. Now, we talked about the versatility. We talked about if it tastes good. And with Crave, I talked about the sogginess. So that's a good segue to sogginess. Many cereals get very soggy in the milk. French Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a huge example of this. Frosted Flakes, too. They just get so, like, soggy. And it's just, like, disgusting. You're eating mush when you should be kind of hard. And to be fair, it's not the cereal's fault. There's really nothing they can do. That's just how life is. But, they gotta try a little harder. French Toast Crunch doesn't get very soggy. It gets a little mushy. Not even. It gets soft, but not mushy. And that's, where the standard should be. Another sort of mistake with cereals is, which I talked about before, and I talk about it so much just because it bugs me, just because of how stupid it is sugar cereals. Now, sugar cereals are not bad. However, they're easy to make, so they're taken advantage of. Probably many of you know about Reese's Puffs. And I mean, I like it. I think they're pretty good, but they're not healthy. They're chocolate and peanut butter. You're not eating this to lose some pounds or whatever. You're eating this because it tastes yummy. And this works because they somehow balance to make it so it's not super sweet, but you can tell it's still sweet enough where it's kind of like a candy. It's like, get this, it tastes like a Reese's cup. However, there's also the bad side of the sugar candies. A good example of this, and a controversial one, are Lucky Charms. Now, Lucky Charms it's okay. And you're probably not going to like that because you grew up eating Lucky Charms. So for that, I ask that you just put your nostalgia to the side and really think about it. Lucky Charms are carried by the marshmallows. Even the cereal bit is horrible. Tastes like my grandma's left nut on a Tuesday. The marshmallows are so good that we eat only the marshmallows, leaving the shitty grandma nut cereal, and we don't want to eat the cereal because it doesn't taste very good, so we end up throwing it away. It's because the sugar imbalances the cereal part of the cereal. Cookie Crisp is cookies. If you're going to eat Cookie Crisp, just grow a pair and just eat cookies for breakfast. Let's not kid yourself. You're not making a healthy diet choice. You're just afraid to eat cookies because society has told you not to. So we talked about taste. We talked about versatility. We talked about texture. And now we talked about the sugar aspect. And there's one final aspect I want to touch on before I end this whole shebang. And that's just looks. Just looks. How does the look of the cereal make you feel? If a cereal looks like dog shit, chances are it tastes like dog shit. French Toast Crunch, for all you that don't know, you could guess. As you can see, the cereal, it looks appealing. You got a little funny character on the side. It has a nice maple syrup brown color. And to make things even better, I don't know if it's easy to tell, but it relatively looks like a piece of French toast. It's a maple cinnamon flavored cereal, and it looks good. It tastes good too, and that's important. If cereal doesn't look good, why would you buy it? You gotta make the cereal look appetizing. I don't like steak. I know I was gonna talk about steak, but when you see a juicy steak that's kind of sizzling, that makes you look better than a fucking dry piece of dog hairball. And the cereal's the same way. It's just that people are racist and don't want to accept the cereal for what it is. So that's probably going to do it for today's episode. Kind of simple and important. Something you're going to think about. Open your third eye when thinking about. And, not be tricked by the media. So like I said, we're going to have a civil discussion in the comments where I allow you to do that because I love you. Also, let me know what I should talk about next. Something important. And we'll talk about it. We'll be civil, be Americans. We'll take advantage of our First Amendment right and just talk. That's it.